Today, we're going to take a look at Ulanzi's new pocket light, the LE20, in addition to Ulanzi's long list of pocket lights. And while their list of pocket lights is pretty extensive, let's see how their new LE20 shapes up against their other models and what makes it unique or stand out. First of all, Ulanzi approached me if I would be interested in reviewing this new light and give my honest feedback without seeing this video before uploading it. Upon unboxing the Ulanzi LE20, I was immediately impressed by its compact and sleek design. Weighing just 185 grams and roughly the size of my palm, it easily fits into my pocket. While the build quality feels slightly plasticky, it remains robust and lightweight, while also featuring a rear fan to prevent overheating. It comes with a quarter 20-inch adapter and a cold shoe adapter, providing versatile mounting options which you can slide in and out of the LE20. Additionally, it includes a magnetically attached diffusion dome that softens the typically harsh light emitted by these small lights, along with a USB-C cable for charging. Moving on, this light features a total output power of 20 watts, which is incredible for a light of this size. To turn on the light, you can simply toggle the switch at the top and then use the CCT knob to power on the light. Continuing with the features, the LE20 offers 3 distinct modes, which can be toggled by pressing the dim button. The first mode, CCT, features an adjustable color temperature range from 2500 Kelvin to 9000 Kelvin, offering flexibility for both warm, ambient lighting and bright daylight settings. The second mode, RGB, covers the whole RGB range, allowing you to get creative with your shots and not only adjust the hue and brightness, but also the saturation of the selected color. Finally, there's the scene mode with 20 built-in lighting effects. Whether it's flickering candles or lightning storms, these preset effects give your photos or videos a cool, unique vibe. The LE20 has a battery life of 30 minutes at maximum power. While this isn't amazing, it is understandable given that 20 watts is quite a lot of power for a light of this size. But for what I do, for like example filming people in a club or filming myself at home, I only use like 30 or 50% power, which effectively would already double the battery life. If you do need to run it for extended periods though, it features speedy fast charging, providing a full charge in about 70 minutes. Or you could also use the light while it's charging. Take note however that charging while using is only supported when you have more than 1 bar of battery life. Additionally, you would also need an adapter with at least 20 watt output power to charge while using. Now to give you an example of how strong the LE20 is compared to other pocket lights, here's myself in my room powered by the SmallRig P96L, which has a maximum output power of 5 watts. As you can see, it's still pretty dark for my camera, which is set at 800 ISO, f4 aperture, and 50 shutter speed. Now, I've got my Ulanzi LE20 set up, so let's see the difference in light it provides, with the same camera settings at 20 watts output power. As you can see, there's a huge difference from the light it provides, which is effectively 4 times more than the 5 watts of the P96L. My next example is our toilet, where I currently only have the bathroom light on. When I place the P96L at maximum power on top of our bathroom light and then switch off the bathroom light, you'll notice it doesn't emit as much light as the bathroom. However, if I now replace this with the LE20 and do the same thing at max output power, it's just as bright, if not brighter. So here's the P96L at 5 watts without the bathroom light only, and the LE20 without turning on the bathroom light. Basically, this light packs so much power it could already light up your bathroom. You can also get creative with this light by adding color to your background using the RGB mode, either by pointing it at the wall or enhancing your portrait shots with a touch of RGB colors for extra flair. You can also achieve various effects through the scene mode, my personal favorite being the strobe mode, which I constantly use when I film in clubs to inject more energy to my shots, especially when the light system is kind of dull. The thing about these pocket lights I love the most when I work is that you can just throw them into your bag or pocket anytime without worrying about the additional space or weight they'd consume. I can't count how many times I found myself in situations where a client unexpectedly requested an interview or talking head session and I didn't have a large light or softbox with me. In these moments, having a light like this really proved to be a lifesaver. One thing to take note of is, because this light is packed with 20 watts of output power and a fan to keep itself cool, it does create noise. While testing the LE20 at max intensity, it took about a minute before the fan started to kick in, and you could definitely hear the noise, and it sounded like a propeller plane taking off. However, as you turn down the intensity of the light, the speed and the noise of the fan also reduces. Here's how it sounds like. I also noticed that it does make different static noises when you are in the RGB mode, depending on what color you have set it to. Now for sets where you need absolute silence, this is definitely something to consider. But for most users who purchase these lights for personal content or doing B-rolls, it's unlikely to be a major issue. One concern I have with the design of this light is that, while the side ventilation holes keep it cool, they also make it pretty vulnerable to water damage, potentially harming the internal boards. I've also got mixed feelings about the additional step of turning on the light and having to turn the knob after toggling the on and off button, and wonder if it was really necessary to add this feature. It also would have been nice if they could add a time estimate for the battery life, just like they do with the other lights like the Ulanzi LE20, instead of just showing the battery icon. A common drawback of these pocket lights is that their compact size results in concentrated light, creating harsh shadows compared to a tube light, which distributes light more evenly and produces softer shadows. On the upside, their small size eliminates the need for an extra bag or carrying case, making them ideal for individual creators. Another thing to consider is that there is no app where you can control all your light settings. This may be an inconvenience for some users who prefer to have all their lighting equipment controlled to a single app. The price of these pocket lights is another reason they are so appealing to many users. At $49.99, the Ulanzi LE20 is the cheapest 20-watt lights I've found on the market, whereas competitors like the Amaran Ace 25C that pack a bit more power at 25 watts are already double the price at $99.99. Or the SmallRig P96L, which only costs $35.99 but only has a quarter of the output power of the LE20. And by the way, now is the perfect time to get your Ulanzi products because Ulanzi is currently running their Black Friday sale from November 15 to November 30, with discounts of 20% on all items. To wrap it up, the Ulanzi LE20 Pocket Light is a great mix of affordability, portability, and functionality. It's an appealing choice for individual creators and anyone on a budget. Sure, it has a couple of minor downsides like being vulnerable to water and being made out of plastic, but these are minor compared to its compact design and great price. All in all, if you're looking for a dependable, budget-friendly lighting option, the Ulanzi LE20 is definitely worth a look. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Peace!